Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another video, YouTubers. I'm Mary Sky, and today this is a short video for SSDI. People have been asking, when I was sleeping about, I'm not a robot, so technically I can't just go online and, 24/7 computer plugged in to do video updates. One person was rude, deleted your comment. Like I said in my previous videos, at the end of the videos, I delete any comments that are rude. I only like happy comments. And so, without further ado, people have asked, what about SSDI? Well, as I've spoken in previous videos, SSDI is simple. We've heard people talking about getting paid on Wednesday, 15th. That wasn't true. We've heard people say they get paid today. That isn't true. I have a system in place to check for balances, okay? And I want to share it with you if you have Direct Express only. If you're just looking for any SSDI info, I'll give it to you as well, because it's finally time that I don't sit here and discuss, because I'm always throwing it in the different categories. Now, anyone on SSDI, SS or SS retirement, okay, pay attention, basically turns around and gets their benefits, they're saying at the end of April, okay, end of April. Now, I saw comments today where people were complaining, and I was talking about this in my live feed last night with some lovely ladies. We were talking about various topics, how to survive the COVID. And one of the things I brought up was Social Security and retirement and survivors benefits. Mostly the stimulus check. Now, not to run this video as long as possible, because I don't have any attention to, I'm going to give you a couple facts. So if you go to the USA Today, you go to other media places, they're going to say you're going to get your payments by a Congress or senator's own words the 20th onwards. Fortunately, that could be possible hypothetically, but so far, if you can think about it, the ones that filed taxes are the only ones that got their money yet. People are asking about Social Security disability, Social Security survivors, so supplemental security income, I should say. And the answer is Social Security Administration posted that SSI beneficiaries, for example, will get theirs in early May. The definition and the wording is early May. They didn't give an actual date. Oh, you're going to get it like, May 10th or May 5th. They just said early May. That's for SSI. Now, for Direct Express and Social Security disability, again, let me reiterate, unless you have dependents, your money will go to you automatically. It's just a matter of when. I don't want people sitting there posting that I must be, quote unquote, full of beans because, oh, I didn't get a check. Look, I don't need to worry about myself, okay? I'm worried about you people. You guys are sitting there. Unless you want to go spend it foolishly, then go wait like everyone else. For the ones that really are hurting, I'm giving this information to you all out of the kindness of my heart, taking time. So, basically, sorry about the little rant for a second. Someone basically said something today in a negative comment. I had to go delete the idiot's comment. I will not allow that to happen, okay? Now, one of the ladies asked, what about SSDI? Let me go check my comments real quick so I can actually answer this. So basically, I don't take notes. I go right off of the thing. So apparently, let's see. Okay, so that's one I deleted. So the heck with that one. Okay, so basically, one lady basically asked about. Oh yeah, okay. So one of the ladies basically made a statement about what about SSDI, and she said, if I don't get my money, I will send a treasury letter, all my information, ask them to assist me in getting a check. Well, You're entitled to, Miss Gale. The problem is the IRS doesn't mind if they get a letter. They'll just basically shred it. The truth is there's two possibilities here why your Social Security SSI and SSDI payments are actually being delayed. All right. Now, let me have my morning coffee and I'll explain it. Okay. I explained it last night to some of the viewers that were watching, and this isn't a topic I want to bring up, but I will bring it up as just a last resort. Okay. For example, Congress turned around when they gave the bill and passed it so you can have $1,200 a person. They turned around and basically put in a clause. I don't know if the clause is still standing or if it was tossed out, okay? But apparently there was a couple people. Apparently it was supposed to be the oversights, like a czar for this money. So far I haven't heard anything about oversights. Now, before you get technical, for any of you wondering, well, where's my money? Well, I want to share with you a couple small things, okay? Now, as you're well aware, as of yesterday, okay, the IRS, the Treasury Department, has basically stated there's no more Small Business Administration loans. There's no more other loans. And also, just so you know, just to recap, they bailed out airlines. Google it. You'll find out, okay? So what's that mean for your checks, okay? Well, right now, apparently the IRS has sent about 80 million people their checks, okay, out of 150, right? If you do the math, 80 million workers plus approximately don't quote me, okay, hold on a second. 70 million unemployment or disabled, retired, and the ones that are disabled, retired on SSI. That's 70 million is the last number I heard, okay? So you combine that, and that's all the payments, right? But they're saying the last waves of payments before they get paper checks until September is Social Security and disability. Now, everyone asks me all the time, well, what do I got to do to get this check? Nothing. Unless you have a child, all you do is sit back and wait. Drink one of those umbrella drinks with the little straw umbrellas. It's springtime, early fall. Drink one of those. Just wait. All right? That's the simplest term I can say. But people say, oh, you must be angry you didn't get a check yourself. I'm not angry I didn't get a check. I'm here to tell you the exact logistics of everything, okay? Logistics is, okay, you want your checks. Some people want it for spending purposes to stimulate others' economies. Others need it for survival, okay? So Direct Express, I call them every morning right before I do a video to make sure I'm current with everything, okay? And this is how I know. Within 12 hours, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, it'll tell me if there's a pending transaction. There's nothing pending for tomorrow morning, aka Saturday. So that means unless they want to pay the rumor going around the 20th, Social Security's own website said that it's the end of April. Okay, there's people out there saying, oh, well, you're going to get your money between end of April and May 10th. The truth is, they didn't say. The person said May 10th doesn't know their dates, okay? SSI recipients will get their benefits by early May. They said early May is when their thing. The word again is, remember when I do these videos, it's straightforward with you. So play on words. They're saying early May. USA Today, other newspapers are saying you're supposed to get your check by the 20th, okay? This is from some Congress or senator's office. Now, use common sense, okay? This is where it gets big. Before you sit there and say to me, I don't know anything. I do my research every morning. This is to advocate for you all, okay? So, let me tell you what's going on, all right? I know you guys are worried about your money. Some of you have to. But I want to leave this as a thought for you before I go, okay? Social Security is basically posted that these payments will go out late April for SSDI, early May for SSI, okay? In the meantime, what happens to the rest of the people? The rest of the people already got their money. However, I would like to state a couple more instances, okay? For some of you out there, I was reading a report yet again. Let me basically get the report for you, because I want to be completely crystal clear in this video, which will be not that long. All right. I know exactly what I'm looking for because I saw it this morning. Okay. So basically, Forbes basically did a report, same with CNN, and other places did it, okay? So there's two things, okay? First of all, it says why people didn't get checks, okay? The first one, you didn't qualify for a check, okay? You know, they're basically stating that some people get checks, some people don't. The IRS and the government is basically stating that they're going to give checks to who they deem qualify, okay? So basically, see, they say you'll automatically get a benefit if you receive survivor's retirement, SSI, or railroad, okay? Then it says to the reason you're delivered. That's automatic, but they're saying that some people won't qualify even with the automatic. So they're basically, that's something you might want to take in account for, okay? 2, you haven't filed the tax return. 3, you haven't filed a tax return. Or 3, you recently filed a tax return and it hasn't hit the account yet. You received the wrong amount or didn't get any money for your dependents. So you got to basically fix that. Or the technical glitch, basically, that's screwing up left and right with the IRS portal. Now, if you're on Social Security disability, people ask me, well, why not the IRS portal work? Right now, they're trying to modify the portal so they can actually, you can check your payments for Direct Express. But in the meantime, there's nothing. Now, let me just bring you up another thing. The CNBC also basically stated the IRS sent Corona stimulus checks to dead people. That's right, you heard it from me, dead people. This is from CNBC 4 hours ago. So what does that mean exactly? So basically, I just saw this. I think, hold on. No, I don't want this. Just go backward. So basically, I just saw something here that might have been interesting. Stimulus checks, 3 things you need to do to get a check. Let's see. Yeah, okay, if you're collecting benefits. So I'm going to go look at this. You don't need to file a tax thing. There you go. You don't need to file a tax form. But I just wanted to share that with you about the dead, okay? The dead are getting, they're getting stimulus checks by mistake. So what's that tell you? If the government's cutting checks out for people with that are dead, then you got to realize something's wrong here, okay? Let's see. If you're on SSID and you've been and you an adult been claimed by someone else tax to you, look. If someone, okay, let me ask you, Ross Kosh, okay, I'm gonna explain this to you. If someone claimed you on your 2018, claimed you as a dependent on their 2018 taxes, then you don't get a stimulus check. But if they did not claim you on their 2019 taxes, you're entitled to a stimulus check. You asked about 2018. 2018 taxes were already paid. So for your 2019 dependents, if someone filed you in 2019, 2018, you specifically said 2018, so I'm going off of your words. But 2019, anyone who claims is a dependent, you don't get $1,200. That's the thing, Some people do that, And that's the other thing. I'm glad you brought it up. Okay, so people have been messaging me also about what Ross Kosh has said. Basically, if someone claims you as a dependent, you don't get a check. Even if you get Direct Express, you don't, because they got to cross-check and say, oh, this person's been claimed by, such and such. I mean, if I was paying taxes, I could have claimed Chloe, so. Oh, sorry. So basically, if the government is basically making it so you guys are seeing dead people get money, then here's the other thing. People sit there and say, oh, well, the government rushed this program. They rushed it. Well, they agreed to have the money delivered within 2 weeks. And it's been 3. It's been actually a problematic thing since the bill was signed, okay? People are sitting there saying, where's my money? Whether they want to stimulate the economy for themselves by buying stuff or to survive. They're saying, where's my money? So the bottom line is, for SSDI, someone said, well, I will write a letter. The government basically just toss it. Toss your letter, Miss Gale. But I will tell you, there is something you could do as a last resort, all right? Wait till the deadline after their last deadline for, say, May. Wait till about May 10th or so before you do this, okay? Is if you really want your money, you got to wait patiently, okay? And this is why I'm asking you all to wait patiently, okay? Like I said, your best bet, if you have Direct Express, Miss Gale, I don't know if you do, what you do is you basically turn around and you wait. Check your Direct Express card's back of the card every day and use the phone number. Okay, that's the first thing. Every 12 hours, they update to make sure that they, 12 to 24 hours, they will update for pending charges. Okay, be able to get one. The only way you're going to be able to get one, Ross Kosh, is if you basically work with the IRS. Basically, get in touch with the IRS directly. They might be able to help you. I'm not a tax person, so I don't have any answers to give you. I can't give you advice, on that. But for Direct Express holders, okay, if you're a Direct Express holder, Miss Gale, you're gonna, what I recommend is call every day and, just be patient. For the rest of you, just wait, okay? Now, I know it seems to be a long time, but I want to share with you this final piece of information for you all. That the government turns around and gets the bailout airlines, like I said. Google it. Then they turn around and they, good morning, Sutton. Then they turn around, they, like I said, the bailed out airlines, okay? And then afterwards, they bail out big businesses. Now the business loans to keep people's businesses afloat, PPPs, and the SBA loans, apparently gone. No money, right? And now, for what I understand, the media is not really covering it. It's like, oh, the money's out. Oh, well, And so, by the way, Sutton, I have a story for you. Someone last night, early this morning, posted a negative comment. I had to delete it. Said something about me being butthurt for not getting a check. So I'm ranting and raving and not being useful. So anyways, I thought I'd share that with you this morning. So basically what I'm trying to say to you all this morning is be patient. Sutton and Bettina and I actually stayed up a little later than we should have. I stayed up way longer than that. That's why, being bipolar, I slept maybe 5-6 hours. I watched a lot of original James Bond with Roger Moore. Yeah, I mean, basically they're like, you're not helping anything, you're tooting your horn. It's like, I'm not butthurt. The thing is, these people think I'm butthurt because the checks aren't coming. I want to say I don't see them digging up any information themselves, Let's see. Oh, is this my new channel? Oh, yeah, that's my email. Okay. Basically, I don't know. It's none of my business, is what they said. So, I'm butthurt. And then I'm not very bright. Unfortunately, I don't see anyone else doing any deep research on Social Security. So I thought I'd share that with you. And if anyone basically wants to be butthurt, I think it's the person that didn't get their checks yet. They're going to other channels, and well, let them. I frankly don't care if I lose someone who basically wants to attack me. Oh, I understand what you're saying, Sutton. I agree with you there, but he's basically saying I'm basically ranting and raving on my own channel about useless crap, and I'm not a bright person. I thought I was very bright, very direct forward with people. So basically, Miss Gale, here's what you do if you don't get your check after May 10th. Now, I know I talked to Sutton last night about it, so I'll bring you up to speed, including all of you this morning for this channel. Basically, what you do, if you don't get your payment by May 10th, and this goes for everyone, decide to go write a letter, personal letter to your Senate and your Congress. Now, from what I remember from Sutton, bless her heart, it seems, I don't want to insult anyone, but let's just say if I remember correctly, the state she's in, she would have to write to ask for her payment status to Moscow Mitch. And if that's the case, but I think, don't quote me, but I had to throw the Moscow Mitch out there. All right, so what you do is you write your senators in Congress, Miss Gale, and you just say, look, I want my money. Fortunately, there's no answers for you right now. As Miss Sutton knows, and Miss Bettina knows last night, like I said to the audience, basically what's happening is they're basically telling you one thing and doing another. The newspapers are printing out information on dates. Oh, you're going to get your payments the 6th. You'll get it the 15th. People are throwing out there, you'll get your payments on Friday, today. I haven't seen anything on my bank account. I checked this morning. There's nothing going to be pending until not even tomorrow. So that would eliminate the possibility of Saturday. Sunday? Who knows? The IRS basically isn't posting anything on Twitter yet. News media is basically stating we're supposed to get it the week of the 20th, but Social Security's website says the end of the month, okay? If you don't think my facts are straightforward, go to the IRS website, go to Social Security's website, and go to Direct Express, okay? Because I'm going to make this basically clear as a bell. That Social Security has stated in their own website, disability insurance claimants will get their check at the end of April. SSI claimants recipients will get their payments early May. Those are play on words. There's no actual concrete dates. Now, before I go on and on and on, because I'm tired of basically at times, as Sutton probably knows, not enough morning coffee, and people keep asking now, SSI is secured, what about SSDI? Let me tell you, people on SSI was basically prodding and demanding an easy check return, okay? But do you think, the government's really going to give a true answer? Taxes were people that filed taxes, they got their money, okay? But you like I said, write a letter to your Congress and Senate. They'll help you out the most. But I don't think, you should basically do it until after the 10th of May. Did they change the dates again? No, that's not no, they didn't change the dates. What I'm trying to say, Sutton, is Social Security, okay? Let me make it plain to you. There's people out there this morning in comments basically saying that early May, end of April, early May is the payment schedule for Social Security, disability, and SSI combined. This is what one guy's interpreting. He's saying, well, by May 10th, okay? That's for what I'm saying, Sutton, is this. I was telling Miss Gale, who asked a question. She said she's going to write a letter to the Treasury to get her check. She'll pretty much demand it. And you know how that's going to play out, right, Sutton? We're both adults. We can see how it plays out. But basically, I said contact your Congress or Senate after the 10th. That means I'm using the last day of early May for the SSI people. That gives us a time frame to work with, Sutton, for SSDI to be paid in that time frame. Of course, everyone's being lumping the SSI and SSDI payments together now and saying, you know, these are people making videos. And I want to clarify yet again, okay, as Sutton knows, I'm very clear, that Social Security people, the disability, the retirement, and the survivors and railroad pension people are going to get their checks. They will get their checks at end of April. A lot of people are throwing up dates now that they're going to get it the 18th tomorrow, or the 19th on Sunday, or on Monday the 20th. I mean, they're guaranteeing it by the 22nd. I'm going to tell you this straight up, okay, for my viewers. I have a timeline I put together, but I'm not going to be justifying, guaranteeing it for you. What I'm saying clear as day is that right now, as of the 17th, there is no money in my account, okay? Nothing pending for the next 12 hours. Doesn't that tell you right there that there's no money on Saturday and people throwing out, we're going to get our payment tomorrow. The IRS is just going to dump it. You'd know if there's a pending transaction on your card, okay? That's why I tell people to contact Direct Express 2 times a day. You check in the morning for pending transactions when you get up, as long as it's after 10 a.m. Eastern time, or sorry, Pacific time, or because they need 12 to 24 hours for pending. I always check 12 hours. And then you check again online at 10 p.m. to coordinate. It's on your card at 10 p.m. online Pacific time, you get your money. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, well, you see, even Sutton basically just said in the comments, everyone, there's nothing pending. You see, I mean, Sutton probably could see in or look at my face this morning because, I want to say with all my heart, I'm here to help you all out. I don't like getting messages. I'm butthurt that I didn't get a check. I'm not butthurt that I'm getting a check. I'm butthurt that everyone else is getting their check that they need. Now, people like me, that balance the budgets properly, they shouldn't have to be worried about money and groceries. My freezer's completely full. I'm good at groceries, so I'm not worried about myself. I'm worried about you, people that need their checks. I'm not worried about the idiots that want to go spend it and stimulate the economy because they can. I'm worried about you. People message me and say, what about SSDI? Well, no answers. All I can tell you is the same answers I've given from the research in the past. Social Security benefits will get paid. It's an auto. However, before I continue, I want to make one other disclaimer, okay? It's just my opinion. I don't want anyone to sit there and point the finger. I know Sutton knows probably what I'm about to say now that's kind of scary, okay? But there's people out there clicking on these people going, way to go, that was a great video. I'm glad I subscribed to you. Woo, yeah. And this guy here is making a video and monetizing on it, making money. Money. Going for a smoke? So they're going, then they turn around, right? Then they turn around and they're making money hand over fist, right? People are believing this guy when he gives a timeline of into April to May 10th, we'll all get payments. But then you read the comments, and this is where it gets complicated. Some people said they rushed the IRS and the Treasury rushed these payments out without putting a system in place. Other people are saying that what I've been saying, small business loans, the PPPs, all those, gone. Out of money. So if they were like, hi, baby, hello. I got a little happy Shih Tzu this morning wagging his tail. Good morning, little boo-boo. Here, let me clear my clothes off your dog's bed. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Come here. You want to say hello to the audience this morning? Huh? I know everyone says that you're adorable. Here's Moppy this morning, everyone. So, you guys are wondering, okay? So let me tell you, so it's my opinion. Please do not basically point fingers. It's just my opinion. My opinion goes like this to all you lovely people out there that taking the time to subscribe, to get to know me, and to understand Social Security a lot better. I thank you for all of your subscriptions and all of you waiting for your checks. I'm very happy to have people ask me questions. You know, I really am. I'm honored to be trying to represent you and advocate for you. So basically, if all these loan money's out, right, and there's no oversight, as I said to Sutton and Bettina last night, if you remember Sutton, then that means the money went through like a sieve or a colander. All the money went, where is it? You see, that is what I'm concerned about the most right now, okay? People are pointing the comments saying the government's out of money. You know, they're out of money. They can't pay Social Security people. So we're all broke now. Everyone else got their checks, and people are sitting there going, well, I better get my check. Well, you can use those words, I better, but the thing is I want you to have an open mind, okay? As Sutton was just asking, did the dates get changed? No, this guy is throwing out dates because he doesn't know. The IRS website basically doesn't give a timeline. Social Security gives a timeline for late April for SSDI retirement survivors and early May for SSI. But there's no timeline on the IRS website. Now, I know Sutton probably wants me to bring this up yet again. Bless her soul. Sweet girl. Basically, here's the BS, okay? Direct Express's own website hasn't been updated on the Corona PDF, basically saying when stimulus checks are coming, okay? You call up Direct Express's own number, and they say, we have no information on direct deposit for stimulus checks. You know, not basically, you know, we have no information at this time on stimulus check payments or economic impact payments. What's that tell you? If they don't have any info, they haven't been given any info, and checks are supposed to go out, say, on the 20th, there's something wrong. They know something we don't. The IRS basically is not giving a timeline. They gave a timeline and said they'll let everyone know when payments go out by Twitter and other things. Some people are basically still waiting for their checks to clear. Some banks say 2 weeks. Now, all these people are giving all these timelines. Congress or senator gave a timeline Monday. If it was coming Monday, we would hear that they would have changed the automated system for Direct Express. I want you to think about it. For you Direct Express cardholders, it's common sense. Their website, PDF, not changed. So what does that tell you exactly? Before you sit there and say, I'm full of beans and I'm butthurt, it tells you this. Then I know more than most people because I've done research for this topic. Social Security, disability, retirement, survivors, SSI. I get up every morning and I look up everything I can find on it to be up to date for you all. To make sure you have the best information possible. Is there any channels out there? No, you get these guys that make stimulus checks. Stimulus check 6. Oh, yeah, I'm so bored. I'm going to make a stimulus check 6 update and get 100,000 views. And, oh, yeah, I'll bring in the money. Me, I give it to you for Direct Express. And right now, my Direct Express update number 1 this morning is no money. Now, I know Sutton wants her money. Bettina wants her money. You all want your money. Me, I'm doing my best. Now, the dates haven't changed. There's people out there throwing their own dates out there. But just remember what I'm going to say, okay? Again, the government basically claims that they're broke, okay? If they are broke, I know it's a mandatory.
Something small. See what area catch.
I'll check the schedule. Basically, what's going on? Okay, simple. Basically, the that hasn't been updated because it's on a 3-vote system. So I'll have to check online for you in a bit. I can do it. You don't have to do anything. Let me do it while talking. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, you're gonna eat that just as is, not on bread.
Well, I could put on some bread.
Well, that's what a sandwich means for, is bread. Okay, sorry about that. So basically, the government is out of money, okay? So people are posting now, because they're out of money, no one else is going to get paid. I want you to think of that as a possibility. Just a possibility. It's not a physical, it's not a guarantee. It's just something I wanted to stick out there for you all to think about, because people out there are saying, oh, well, I demand my money. Well, then when you basically demand it, they're not going to give it. Basically what they're basically stating is that they don't have to cough up, right now. I mean, look. One of the things that CNN basically stated, and I want to say, all right. So basically, I'm checking the schedule real quick for Chloe. There's an 11:30 and then a 2:05. See, 2:05 gets into 2:55. Hold on a sec. Sorry about this. And the next one leaving is 4:15. All right. So I'll just leave this open to share it with her. So basically, understand they're working to take care of the workers first. Actually, you might be right, you might be wrong. All I'm going to say is, okay, so I'm going to answer a couple questions here. So basically, just to let you know, the current boat just pulled out, so you got to wait till like 2 something.
That's fine.
Okay, cool.
And then I should be back by evening, right?
Yeah.
How long wait at Orcas Island?
How
long am I there for?
Well, you get in at 50-minute ride. You get off at 2:55, and apparently the next boat that goes back is 90 minutes. Oh no, 2:53. Yeah, about 90 minutes. 4:15. I'll send you a tablet if you need a clock. Yeah, if you need the clock, that is.
I might just go another day.
Well, you can go whenever you wish. With stock at those.
I want to know what they sell there.
Well, go there Friday anyways. Take your little time, clear your head. Wouldn't that be the best logical answer? So, thank you. Let me answer the questions. I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked for a bit. So, vitamin C basically says the IRS will not accept that, even though it writes it all down for you suddenly. So, I got an email saying I qualified for the stimulus, but it didn't say when, maybe May 1st. Oh, great. Now I got to explain this again. The IRS is giving Social Security, disability, retirement, and stimulus tax, retirement survivors, and disability insurance between the end of April. That's what Social Security's website says. SSI is early May. What I was trying to explain was that no one should take any drastic action to demand, like writing letters or etc., until around May 10th. When I give or take, that's the last day of my timeline for SSI people. Now, if you're on SSDI, my timeline basically was told that first checks were going out for us on the 6th. With no definitive answers, checks started going out the 11th for basic taxpayer. That includes people that pay taxes and work and get Social Security. Those people got their checks first. Then it started trickling in on the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th. It's still trickling in right now. But what I'm handling here is Direct Express and payments, okay? So basically, it's the 17th. The Sutton knows. She just said it. Her bank's empty. There is no, not empty, but there is no pending transaction. So the mainstream media is saying that everyone gets their payments because they got a leaked memo from a Congress or senator basically saying we're getting paid Monday. Unfortunately, we don't have any information. That's why I said if you're Direct Express, keep checking your accounts. Now, for the rest, the IRS is basically not giving, or the Treasury's not giving any information on these stimulus checks. Basically, they're just basically giving no information or no timelines to anyone. Or Social Security is giving a timeline. Now, there's people out there that, as I said before, are throwing false dates out there. Let me see. I understand they're working to take care of the workers, but they're not actually taking care of the workers first. Let me give you my opinion of who should get paid first, okay? Before you think the workers need to work first. I think the freaking veterans need to be paid. They fought for our freedoms, and they're not. No one's giving any information on the veterans. Why don't you think about that? If you're a veteran, you should be getting paid first. If you're not a veteran, well, literally. Well, there you go. Tactical Michael right there. Veterans, they are not even talking about veterans. So when you sit there and say the workers get paid first, the ones that fought for my freedoms basically should be getting paid first. Instead, they're not. They're talking. There's nothing anywhere in the media. Maybe I should ask Tactical Michael. Is there any news, Tactical Michael, about VA payments getting a stimulus check? Because from what I understand, I haven't found jack on it. I would like to see people get stimulus. Well, anything, yeah. So, do you know if they're supposed to give it? Is it mandatory that you're supposed to get? Because everything I read, they're always talking about Social Security, disability survivors, and the taxpayers. You know, so that's what I said. Is there anyone? Do we know if VA is the veterans are giving them? None whatsoever. You see, there you go. Tactical Michael is a vet. Thank you for serving our country. They just said it the best. There's no information on you. See, this is why I'm saying to be cautious. Be cautious like my rabbit in his cage. Ebony, skittish, because they basically claimed 2 days ago we're out of money. If we're out of money, how is the government going to pay for our beloved veterans who's done their service great, or the disabled and the retirees that are badgering advocates for their their stimulus checks when you got Social Security giving one timeline. Veterans didn't even know. I've been worried about the veterans, literally. And then you have the other people that want to spend their money going, I need my money. The struggling people need their money too. But where is it? The newspapers are throwing hope out there every day. People are holding on. Look, it's already the 17th of April. That means there's only 13 days left in the month. We've already hit halfway. No money. They claim, the 20th. I'll believe it when I see it. And that's because I've seen all these comments basically stating, if the government mismanaged $2.2 trillion, and then the Federal Reserve was talking about it. I haven't seen any news about that lately, where they were going to prop up another $2.3 trillion into small business loans. I don't know how they got that passed. Congress is on recess, but they were going to help somehow. And yet, on top of all of this, it makes you wonder. And I'll tell you, because if you look at the way the government is wanting to push everyone back to work right now when there's not enough testing kits, it makes you wonder. I know it's a political stunt, but we need to protect our veterans. We need to protect our vulnerable adults who can get this virus, children, etc. This is something that we don't joke around with, and yet, people are suffering and they're not getting their money, and they're wondering why. So I'm taking the time out of my boring schedule to do a video to basically state, that people keep posting comments, where's my money? You don't know anything. I've given you more sources than than most people, like more than Davy Crockett, as Forrest Gump would say. We got more money than Davy Crockett, and said I got more information than Davy Crockett. And the bottom line is, look around. People are posting that the government's out of money. You're not going to get your check. They're not even talking about how it's mandatory to pay by December 31st for everyone who needs it. No. They're basically not even posting anything. Last news article was a glitch that basically some people got $1,200 on Wednesdays, other people got zero money on Wednesday, and other people didn't get their children taken care of on Wednesday. And then don't forget, the government was sending dead people checks or deposits. How do you send dead people? Is there something wrong here that I'm missing? You see? Again, thank you for serving our country, Tactical Mike. Now, so let me go back to vitamin C kills, okay? Your Social Security check will come when they come, if it comes. And that's what I'm telling you. People will sit there and say, when am I going to get it? May 1st? May 1st is my timeline on the Social Security payout calculator, or calendar as I call it, for payments going out on May 1st for everyone on Social Security, retirement, survivors, getting SSI, disability and SSI combined, and the first payments for SSI on the beginning of first week of May and last day of May. Payments go out first day and last day of every month for SSI. So if everyone gets their SSI payments on, their May 1st payments, for example, then look at the math. All right, I'm not trying to be rude. Look at the math. That would mean that all the payments would go out May 1st. That means anyone who's on SSI and survivors, SSI and retirement SSI and retirement survivors, Social Security, etc. Those three, and SSI, disability, or disability survivors, yada, yada, yada. You get the whole point. Then on the 3rd of the month, they're going to probably see their stimulus checks. I'm assuming by then. I'm not guaranteeing next week because it seems really fishy with everyone out of money and they're not answering or addressing the problems. I would say they're going to try to drag this out. I mean, look, no offense to all you lovely people, but the IRS needs to basically fix the glitches, or I call it patch up the glitches on the grounds that look what happened. They're sending dead people money, and they're not, half of the payments weren't going out properly, So I want to share that with you all, okay? So take it with a grain of salt for what I said, okay? For some of you who just don't trust, you don't trust the government, you don't trust the government. The thing is, take everything with a grain of salt, please. I'm just giving you the facts from what I know from off the top of my head from the USA Today, the Seattle Times, etc., where they're posting things about why you might not get a check. One article stated you don't qualify for a check. So they can turn around basically and say, even though you're on SSI or SSDI, we don't qualify. And that could cut you out of your money too, which means a lot of people will be disappointed, mind you. But, that is something you need to take into a grain of salt too. These media agencies are trying to give you the best course of action. And what they're really doing is confusing you and giving the wrong information. I've never seen $2.2 trillion Sutton go through the cracks within, what is it, 3 weeks? Makes you wonder how someone could spend $2.2 trillion in 3 weeks. I couldn't even spend that in entire lifetime if I wanted to. So, anyways, so basically, let's just go over the. If you guys have any comments or questions, please post in the comments. I'm going to talk about something important. I want to see if I'm going to take your questions, your comments, and your concerns. Now, let me know if you think my video sucks too. I'm always curious about your ratings of my channel. So, commenters out there are basically starting to panic. They're panicking because they're not getting payments. Veterans are basically stating themselves, which I agree. They deserve the payments first. Then you got these people that are suffering saying, where's my money? And then you got all these people causing a panic with them saying, well, if you're on SSDI, kiss your money goodbye because they're not going to pay. There's too many basically trolls out there trolling and too many people giving false information. Unless I get an actual concrete information from a viable source that can tell the truth on the news media about your payments, I mean, unless someone gives me a link in the media and says, hey, look, they're saying there's no money, then I will believe it, okay? And I can verify the sources. But I'm not going to verify the sources on it because I don't want to look bad. And two is I'm here to help you understand. There's people out there, like I said, that's posting comments about, well, Carl Porbo basically thanks me and says, keep doing what you're doing to give people information. Yeah. So I want to basically make it sure, you know, that you guys got to look at the big picture here, okay? The big picture is it could be a possibility. I'm not ruling out, but at the moment, I don't have any concrete evidence, okay? So don't live in fear. Live in hope. And that's one thing I want to share with you. Live in hope, okay? So, Social Security. You don't have to do anything unless you have any dependent children. Then you can do the portal. And Direct Express, well, the portal's not working right now, which another thing I want to bring up to you about the portal, okay? A lot of people out there have said, why isn't the portal working? The portal's not working because they haven't modified it for Direct Express. Do you think they want to modify it? Think about it for a second, okay? People say, where's my check on Direct Express? Well, let's see. Let's put down some red flags here. And again, thank you, Tactical Michael. Red flag 1. Social Security is basically giving a date, late April, early May for late April for disability and survivors retirement, early May for SSI. Veterans. It's sad. Then, mind you, the red flag that Direct Express, when you call them, doesn't have any information, okay? We don't have any information to keep their little website up. It's like I told Sutton last time. Take everything with a grain of salt, but, you know, what I told her and Bettina, look at it this way. You got to basically look at it that they haven't updated things. You would think within 30 minutes they would have updated. Now, what else happens? Well, the red flags. IRS ain't giving a time schedule for anyone. Bailout airlines, oh, that's big business. We got to do that. Bailout big business, we got to do that. This person here, taking care of the workers first. I'm sorry if you don't like what I'm about to say. Vitamin C kills. But no, they bailed out the big businesses before they even cut checks. So there you have it. They bailed it out. You can look up other places. They have taken your money that you're supposed to get for your refund. And then you got people basically saying no one else is going to see their money because, well, these loans are all out of money. It's a possibility. I'm not taking it with a grain of salt yet. But if they change the dates again, then that's another red flag. I mean, literally. Newspaper said one thing. The IRS / Treasury hasn't said anything on a timeline. Congress's or Senate's leaked memo said something about timeline. And then you got all these people basically sitting there playing hope. Oh, we're going to get paid on Wednesday. Oh, we didn't get paid Wednesday. We're going to get paid today. Friday. We didn't get paid Friday. Well, what's going on? Oh, we're going to get paid Monday. I understand it's Monday. One lady said the checks go out on Friday. She worked at the IRS. Well, checks went out Friday, direct deposit. And why did the direct deposit go out on the 11th or the 5th or all this week? You know, you see, no one makes sense. I'm straightforward. Basically, look at your research. Look at all the data out there on Google. Google alone can give you false information if you go through so many channels, but I had to break it down inch by inch, piece by piece to get to the truth. You want to make sense. And there's a lot of people butthurt right now that need their money and they're suffering and no one has answers. I mean, look, Mr. Carl basically said, keep doing what you're doing. I am. The thing is, people won't listen. People think I'm full of beans. I've given even the Social Security's own PDF link, and it doesn't. People are still listening to others saying, oh, we're going to get it Monday. Until they give you a concrete date that you know, they're playing with lives is what they're doing. And people need it. They're suffering. Now, people are asking me another question about Direct Express, disability, and survivors, and so forth. You know, the stimulus checks. Why haven't they got it yet? Well, let me put it this way. The other thing I told Bettina and Sutton last night was that more people are filing for unemployment. More people are filing for Medicaid. More people are filing for food stamps. Pelosi wants to set up a second stimulus for $2,400. Other people are asking for $2,000 a month. They're saying, "Hey, we don't know when the government, the states can reopen businesses." So all this stuff is coming down as a ton of bricks. You got to ask yourself something. Even though some people say the guy's a tyrannical maniac, I don't know if it's true or false. I'm not going to spread any lies to Stephen Mnuchin, but he's got to be sitting up there high enough up in the Treasury Department going, what the heck do we do? How, think of it. It's not just the Treasury Department worried. The veterans, they have their benefits for veterans if they're disabled or if they're, medical. The soldiers deserve it. They fought for our freedoms. But to turn around and say, Stephen Mnuchin, I think, is panicking himself because, if all the money right now, where'd it go? And secondly, the other panic button I'd be hitting is, we don't have enough testing kits, and we need a lot of money to put together to get testing kits. States can't hold it together themselves. So you got testing kits, you got food stamps, you got welfare, you got stimulus checks. You got all this stacked up, right? Now, let me explain something to you if anyone even knows. I don't know if a lot of people understand this, but I'll make it crystal clear. The other person in the panic button probably isn't the commander-in-chief, but it's the director of the OMB, the Office of Management and Budget. He's probably sitting there going, what do we do? Literally. I mean, unless government reopens, subsidized housing, we don't even know if those payments are being made from the Treasury or whoever pays it, HUD or the USDA. No one knows about the housing. No one knows about these things. All they're basically doing is they're worried. News media is saying there's no money. We're out of money. People are starting to wonder, Are they trying to cause a panic and make people think? I mean, look, as of right now, there's 22 million people working. There's not enough tests for even the people working to save lives at hospitals. It scares me and it worries me that, there's people out there suffering to a point of no return. Governor of New York just issued I think it was a distancing stay-at-home order till May 15th. That tells you right there, they got to get this virus under control, but they also need to follow through what the law says about payment. But if they can't pay, you got to ask yourself, So let me ask, is there any comments or questions now? Questions or comments I can answer? So, like I said, I don't want to cause panic to anyone. That's not my job. My job is to just help you guys out as much as possible. And frankly, no one's making any sense on these other websites. Basically, what they're doing is they're at home. They got a camera. They're making money off clicks because they want to earn a living. And YouTube's the only one paying them. Some of them might be accountants and lawyers and stuff. No one knows. So with me, that's why I'm giving you this update. We really need to think outside the box, This morning I haven't even sat down to read my actual news, the headlines, to see what's going on and to deduce anything else. I haven't checked CNN, I haven't checked the Times, I haven't checked other places. I just came straight here to tell you there's no money in my card. I don't think we're going to see anything Saturday or Sunday. We might Monday, but it's highly unlikely. I'll keep you guys updated. Like I said, that's my job. Being disabled, it is hard. But also, there's other people out there that have made the statement that as long as you get your benefits monthly and you can manage it properly, we all can wait for the payments. Now, I know, like Vitamin C said that they're workers first. Yeah, but what if there's no money for the workers now? I mean, look, New York said have to get federal help with unemployment after they run out 10 weeks. I don't know about other states, but New York was right on there on the top. People are worried. People are literally worried. Now, I do want to say one thing, okay? In this whole pandemic, the first thing that went was toilet paper on week 1. They're still having a hard time with TPN. The second week was food. The third week was hair dye and stuff from what I read. The fourth week was shampoo, conditioner, body wash, and so forth. The fifth week was board games. I don't know what week 6 will be, okay? Might be toilet paper again, might be something else. But here's the thing. People are panic buying right now. Some of them are panic buying, stockpiling stuff. Others, no one knows. So I just want you to think, that, that there's a lot of people hurting. People that own non-essential businesses to other things. And it's hurting everyone. And because of it, we all have to pull together as a country and survive. And use the right information on Google. If you use Bing, oh well, good for you. DuckDuckGo, whatever search engine you use, pull up your information, use your information, translate it for yourself, figure it out for yourself. Let me just give you one last piece of advice. If you go on YouTube and you're looking for information, the SSDI or survivors or retirement and stimulus checks, you're going to get a lot of mixed information, mixed bag. What you need to do is, since you are at home, stuck with the internet, I implore you to do your own research, Suka Akichi. You're right about the people. Yeah, but you're forgetting the mention some Suki that I also said they're doing it to make a living. I'm giving this information free. I don't get any of my videos monetized. So, and they're giving updates of stuff that's not, with me at least, I'm basically saying there's no money in my card yet. I mean, it's probably no money for you on Direct Express. Also, I basically have talked about, again, people have been asking all the time. And people basically see one video and they're like, what about disability? Disability is simple. You don't have to file anything unless you have children, dependent. Then you use the portal. The portal only works for certain things. They don't work for Direct Express. That's something I've been clearly clear about. It doesn't work for Direct Express. I've also been clear many times over, Samano Suki, that, like I said, we have to take a grain of salt that people out there in the comments are saying there's no money because we're broke. We don't have enough. Or, I also state that there's red flags. Direct Express, for example, call the number up daily. They say they don't have any information on the economic impact payments. Or, you go to their website and click the COVID thing. There's no information this time. Go to IRS. Blah, blah, blah. And then you go to IRS and the IRS doesn't even give a timeline. And yet the newspapers are giving timelines. In my opinion, I think those timelines are semi-false. They said first week of April, like the 6th, no money. Then they started putting it in on the 11th. Then they gave everyone who filed taxes their stimuluses already. But where is the people on disability? Where's the people on SSI? Nothing. So when I do these videos, I'm basically reiterating, the information I have, but saying, hey, there's no money in my card, none on anyone else's card. And people sit there and they leave comments on other videos. Thanks for making it. It's easy to understand. And then people basically, like I said, are posting comments on these others that they click to get their updates from. And posting comments like I said, like fear tactics. So the government ran out of money, so you're never going to see your stimulus check. You better just kiss your stimulus check goodbye. Oh no, that's the thing. All these people are basically, speculating and making stimulus updates about their speculations. Me, I've been straightforward. My timeline basically states, if payments were going to go out on the 15th for us, we would have had it. But look, the IRS had a glitch. Some people got paid, some people didn't. You got to patch that glitch, make sure everyone else gets paid, which could delay SSDI and SSI because they got to take care of those people. Other people say, like Vitamin C said, they're looking after the workers. Everyone knows that if they were really truly looking after the workers, then why is it that the people that are hurting, their money went to bail out airlines or big business? You see? I'm just checking to see if there's any more comments. There isn't. So, but you get the idea, they're all just doing it to make a living. And I'm tired of seeing these people click on making money and stuff when there is no, speculations. They're just throwing it out there to make a living. So thank you for bringing that up, in the comments, because people need to know, they're just reiterating the same thing every day to make a living. Me, I don't make a living. I just reiterate for people to understand that right now we all have to just sit back and wait patiently. And it might be hard for some people because they're not getting their money. And look at Samana Suki, like Tactical Michael. They didn't even say anything about the VA. I'm surprised these people haven't did VA updates just to make a living. I mean, literally, it's sad. So yeah, basically that's what's going on. And as I said in my disclaimer, don't take anything I say with a grain of salt, because my timeline could be wrong too. But the only way I'm testing my timeline thoroughly is to call Direct Express between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. Pacific time every day, and checking the bank at 10 p.m. at night online. And when I find there's no money in there, then we know so far these people throwing out magical dates is completely inaccurate. People are saying, oh, we'll get our checks on the 22nd. Possible. That's the last day that Social Security retirement benefits go out, on the birth dates on the Social Security calendar of payments. That just leaves two other types of payments. We're supposed to get paid May 1st, which means we'll get our money in at 10 p.m. on April 30th. That's the next time we get our checks, or just our benefits on Direct Express. So everyone might get their stimulus checks on the 1st. That's a possibility, you know. But we have to basically look at it as a possibility. But people out there, they just want to throw out magical dates. So this video was supposed to be short, but, you know, I hope I answered some questions. I hope I answered some, made sense. You know, just like said, right now, don't worry unless the media basically says that Direct Express or Social Security recipients, retirement survivors, disability, SSI, doesn't get a check because there's no money. You'll get it. It's just a matter of when. I mean, literally. And I do have a message for Congress and the Senate that before you decide a second stimulus, make sure literally, to iron out the bugs of the first stimulus setup for us before you decide to do a second one, because you need to fix things. With that said, everyone, have a great day. Look for updates if I have anything new. Thanks for watching. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestions. Hit that like and subscribe button. Souls and funding for the family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies. Hit that bell notification for new content every day. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for another video. Please keep posting comments down below. And please, I will answer them throughout the day if you have any questions or concerns. Thanks for watching, and God bless you in everything you do.